You are now tuned in to Two Studs in a Pod with the dynamic duo of Blaze and Meech, a podcast giving you a candid glimpse into the world of super terrific Uber dykes, but you can call us studs. This week, we're flying our flags high and walking in our pride. Let's get into it. Meech, drop the beat. Welcome back to Two Studs in a Pod. You already know it's me, Blaze.
And the homie Meech.
This week, this month, is just different in so many ways. But before we get all rainbow intensive, Meech, how are you this week, homie?
This week has been rough with everything going on in the media, with the Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
all the killings, the
Yeah.
rioting, the looting, the protesting, it getting all intertwined. So it's been stressful. It's been deep. It's been a lot of emotions going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say emotional for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm back in the office, and I work with a bunch of I don't know. There's a lot of Trump supporters there, so I've been trying to ignore them and just do what I got to do, debating on whether or not I want to walk out or call out this week. But I'm trying to just get through it,
Yeah.
doing what I can.
We went from trying to maintain a quarantine to maintain our sanity with this type of situation. I mean, COVID probably finally got to my job, so and I've been I don't want to say a victim, but um, I took a hit because of it. So it is what it is right now, and just trying to maintain. I've been doing a lot of shit around the house. Obviously, digging that hole for this damn pool, um, for this woman, and then I did accomplish one of my goals, which was putting in the edging and the mulch for it. So I actually did all that. Went to Home Depot, got all that stuff, and got it in. So, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with my family. I'm going to be hanging out with my nephews. I'm bringing them down to help me dig.
Oh, nice.
Yes, Auntie B's back. Okay, I'm gonna need some young reinforcements. So yeah, I'll feed them well and work them hard.
I'm sure they'll be there to enjoy the pool too, so they'll appreciate
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yo, if you gotta get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put
right?
it. You gotta put in to get in. So that's how we do. And like you said, I've been emotional just dealing with this whole situation and just the feelings that seeing that just brings up and knowing that there's just happened so many times. I think about my own interactions. Um,
Yeah.
it's just it just brings up a lot of feelings, and I mean it's definitely been trying times right now, and it seems like this eruption was bound to happen at some point because people have been at a tipping point, for a while it seems. But it is amazing to see all the activism that
Yes.
has sprung in.
Yes.
And speaking of activism, now would be a good time to get into our next segment, affectionately called Poppin' Peas, the segment where we celebrate our community by highlighting various masculine women or center that have or are making moves and making us seen. This week, we're shining the spotlight on a genuine fire starter in the gay rights movement. It is our honor to pop one for Stormy DeLavere. Best known for her role in the altercation between gay partiers at New York's legendary bar Stonewall Inn and police. Stormy, a butch lesbian, was beaten with a baton and thrown in the back of the paddy wagon after defending a male friend who had been caught up in a routine raid on gay clubs. She did, however, get one off on the cop before she was handcuffed. Now bleeding and pissed, she urged the crowd to activate and stand up for themselves. They did. And for 6 nights, countless lesbians and gays took to the streets to demand equality, and the gay liberation movement was born. Stormay's story is an important part of LGBT history, and her continued activism and fearlessness has earned her the Gay Rosa Parks tag, which is proof that Stormay was popping. Were you ever aware of Stormay?
No, this was news to me. No, that's it's really interesting to know. I'm like a historian and a reader, so
Yeah, I'm like, it's
I'm glad you
cool
brought that to light. Yeah.
that one of us,
Yeah.
a masked woman was there to really get it popping. You feel me? So,
Facts.
and that will do it for popping peas this week. And now it's time for the good shit.
All right.
So let's get into the segment we call Stew Peas, where we get into the topic of the week. This week, of course, is Pride Month, and we're talking about pride. Not just the pride of being gay. We're talking about juice, all the boys getting loose pride. From ATL to the 305. Pride is where we let those rainbows fly, stare at passerby, talk to strangers, and for many of us, spend the day walking around high.
Definitely.
Yeah, many times. Meech, do you remember your first time going to Pride?
Yeah, actually, I think my first pride was Miami Beach Pride, I want to say.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, cuz I wasn't out when I was in New York.
Right, right.
Even though we did go to a lot of parades out here, I don't think we ever made it to Pride Parade. And then when I was in Maryland, I didn't really know too many people in the community, so I didn't go. So yeah, it was Miami Beach Pride. That was part of why I ended up moving out to Florida because I had so much fun
Oh, you had
out
went to
there.
Pride before you went to New York? I mean, before you moved to Miami?
Yeah, before I moved, yeah,
Oh
yeah, it
yeah,
was part of the trip that I came, and I was like, oh yes,
yes. Open.
yeah, it was
Yes,
dope. It was just like just being on South Beach was dope to
yes.
begin with, and then just seeing all the
Back in the
all
good
the
old
people
days.
out, everybody just being happy, being themselves. It
Yeah,
was like a feeling I never felt before, and it was dope. I loved it.
yeah.
I was like,
Uh,
where do I sign up for more?
I'm moving.
Yep.
I'm out. What? Beaches and bitches, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, well, for me, I mean, obviously, I was out since I've been in high school, and high school was actually when I went to my first pride, like my high school age, probably like 15, 16, I want to say. And I was dumb excited to go to this pride, yo, like dumb excited. I don't remember how I got on it, but I was on the float in the parade.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, because I was in mad gay shit. So I was. It was either like I was the Gay Straight Alliance or a youth group or something like that that was doing that got invited to go to the parade, and I ended up on the float because I was down to do everything, any gay shit there was to do. I was down to
Sign
do
me
it.
up.
Yeah, right. So and the parade went through downtown Miami, and that shit ended at Bayfront Park. You been to the amphitheater over there, like
Yeah,
where
I've
they do
been
the
over there.
concert? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's where they did it at right there. So and they did their little local concerts or whatever, but they had a booth set up, and since I was on the float, I had to volunteer to stand behind the booth and like pass out flyers, answer questions, shit like that. And let me tell you, I basically sat there the whole time and was checking out girls. it was it was perfect. I was like, what? I just get to sit here, like I have a seat and everything, and I just get to sit here and like try to get girls. It was crazy. And yeah, and it was interesting because it was a time my brother was in town,
Hmm.
and I actually talked him into shooting me some money because I didn't have any money at the time, so I could go get an outfit. I mean, I told you I
Oh.
was dumb excited, like I was dumb excited, and I remember like my mom's lied to my pops about where I was going because he didn't. I wasn't out to him yet. I was only out to my
Oh,
mom's.
okay.
Yeah, and so I could go and that's when my brother found out that I was gay because he asked me something. I think I was talking to a girl when he was there. He was like, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but anyway, yeah. Anyway, he gave me the money, and I went. And I got an outfit, and I couldn't find like the right outfit, but I did find these jelly bean boxer briefs that was like rainbow flag colors, and I think they might have been like my first pair of boxer briefs as a matter of fact. And yo, I tried to rock these things in any kind of style I could think of. Like it was like the late '90s or something like that. So or early 2000s. And so I was trying to rock them like on the outside of my clothes, on it's like just any kind of way just to show that rainbow. And I ended up wearing them with a sag shorts and like a white cutoff tee because I thought I was so sexy with my arms and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo. And I was out there at the Pride, like, yeah. Good times, good times. That was my
Yeah,
first Pride. Yeah, man.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the first one is always fun, but do you have like
Yeah.
a favorite Pride?
Yeah, I'm sure I do. I have a couple probably. Like the first one, like you said, was like I was just in awe because that was my first Pride. But after that, well, being in South Florida, there's like 80 prides,
Right.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors. So I would say Wilton Manor
Mm.
Pride was one of my most memorable because it was just dope. Like it was just we I think I knew you at the time probably, but I probably went before that. We would just vibe the whole block. Like, you could
Mm-hmm.
just chill out there all day. We
Mm-hmm.
could go back to the car, pour our own little
Get the
liquor
trunk popping.
pregame.
That's right. Get the
Exactly.
trunk
Get the
popping.
parking lot
Yes.
pimping.
Yes.
And then just walk up and down the streets with your cup and just see mad girls,
And
talk
just
to mad chicks, go
music,
dip
food.
inside. Yeah, dip
Yes.
inside one of the bars, dip out. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Mad
Concerts
gay
going on.
motherfuckers just walking around the street.
Exactly.
Yes.
Concerts going on at the top and at the bottom of the
Hell
pride.
yeah. Hell
So
yeah. Whatever
you
you
be
like,
out
your
there.
flavor is out there. Yes. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could just stay outside all day in that pride. You know what I mean? And you could like just hop in the bar if you want to cool off or whatever,
Hell yeah.
dance a little bit, whatever. So that one was dope. I would say New York Pride last year,
Oh
the
yeah.
World Pride.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like that. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a
Yeah.
lot of supporters and all over the world.
I was
So
so
it,
jealous you got to go to that one because I don't know what it was. Like I love prides, you know what I'm saying? And that would
yeah,
have been one to like for me to go to New
target.
York and do it. Yeah, exactly. Like that would have been a whole bunch of checking off my list. But I don't know. I don't know why I was slow on the draw. Like it's not like I couldn't talk Nikki into doing it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I don't know. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just when I first heard about it, I just didn't feel. I don't know what it was because I don't know. But I
yeah.
just wish I would have went. So I'm very jealous that you got to
I
go.
was I was a little slow on the draw too, and then I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but you
it's
were in New
Pride.
York.
Yeah. So it
Yeah,
was easy. I
yeah.
just
You just
hopped on
gotta
the
go
train.
there. Yes, like I have to make arrangements, get a hotel, and
Yes.
with this one, it's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's no 1, 2, 3 easy task, you
Nah.
know. So yeah, that's a
Yeah.
situation.
But
That-
then Atlanta Pride. I don't know if that's in your favorites. If
yeah.
I should let you handle that story and I chime in, or how you want to tackle this demon.
I've had too many fun. Like you, I've had too many fun times at Pride. Like
Yeah.
I can't even count how many fun times that I've had at Pride, and to let alone even try to pick one. But definitely the most memorable has to be ATL. Like
Mhm.
one of the most memorable has to
Yeah.
be ATL. That trip we took, you, Nikki, and I, and like it just had everything because we we saw family on that trip. We got wasted on that trip. Like it was just perfect. Like the way the hotel was set up in the middle of everything,
Oh yeah.
and we could just walk to everything and didn't really have to drive anywhere once we got there. Like
Yeah.
that was
Especially
perfect,
being in Atlanta.
right? And I mean them hills still,
Yeah, my
I'm a
cab
Florida
was
mother.
on
Yeah.
fire, but
Like we earned that motherfucking breakfast every
hell
time.
yeah.
But like that Atlanta trip, man, even the ride home was fun, even though we got stuck in traffic. But just being there, in Atlanta, such a place with rich Black history, and then so kind of known for being openly gay at the same
Hmm.
time. So you feel like it's just got a different feel to it. But being at Pride, bro, I still remember that one party we went to that we don't remember. How we got back, how we did anything. We
Yeah.
remember bits and pieces. I remember
I have flashes of that
like
day party.
yes, and it was during the daytime.
Yeah, the day party. I don't know how we got that fucked up at a day party, but y'all, it happened. I'm telling you.
Yo, I think didn't we have some kind of bands or something like we walked past the line or some
Yeah, we have
like
VIP
a
for
package?
everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
because it was like a
we
package or
got
something,
some
right?
packet. Yeah.
Yo, I remember hearing that it was a pool party, and me as a motherfucker from Miami, when I hear pool party, I think swim trunks, flip flops,
Right.
you know what I mean? So then when we walked over to the party, and it was like a party on a pool on top of a roof inside of a building, and everybody was wearing regular
Yeah.
shoes. and socks. I was like, yo, I am not dressed appropriately for this club. I got my toes out and shit. Like this ain't right. That's about all I remember from that. I mean, I remember linking up with some people that I know in the club after we had already been drinking.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I don't know.
Wasn't there some the strippers?
Yes, there was a
Was that
midget.
that party?
I'm sorry, there was
Yeah.
a little person stripper. And I just remember thinking like, damn, Nikki gonna be mad that she missed this because you know how she feels about little people strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would have live in
man.
Atlanta.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That day
I
was
just
such a blur.
yeah, like I just remember after I got that last drink when we was upstairs in the VIP. That's all I remember. And then I just remember like you knocking on the door at the hotel, like, you ready?
Yo, can I tell you? So obviously, like at that time, she was doing her education thing, so she couldn't go with us to the day party, but she definitely wanted to go to that night party because you know Miss Chris Brown was supposed to be there. So I mean, here I am. I burst in the room after I left you. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
burst in the room, and now I got to try to figure out. I didn't even realize we didn't have time to get ready. Like I don't know what it was. I definitely didn't have time to sober up.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Barely.
And I just remember sitting there, like, I iron my clothes, and she's giving me the stank face, bro. Like, like she's looking at me like she want to kill me. Like I'm ruining her time. Like I went and had a good time, and here I am, too wasted. Okay,
It's not our fault you had to do schoolwork.
right? And I'm like, it's not my fault. I don't know what happened. I don't even know how I got back to this room. I remember talking to random
Bruh.
strangers on the elevator, and
Oh, I
that's
don't
like,
even remember the elevator. I just remember throwing up in the bathroom and then you knocking on the door. And I'm like, damn, how the hell did you get dressed so fast?
yo, I just remember thinking like, man, I cannot be the reason that this girl does not see Chris Brown. I have got to get my life together.
You a trip.
And I was wearing Tim's, I believe, that night too.
Uh,
And you know they make your feet heavy when you're not
yeah.
when you from Florida. Like we don't wear them like that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't wear them like they're slides.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that was a trying time, but that was a good pride. That was definitely like
Yeah.
Atlanta could be a whole episode by itself from just getting there to dealing with that situation, thinking I was gonna die, but not wanting to get killed at the at the same time. Um, Definitely another one in my top is Wilton Manors, but that Wilton Manors one that was right after the Pulse situation happened, where it was
Oh
the three of
yeah.
us. We went and we introduced Nikki to
Hmm.
Pop in the Trunk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
To the hood shit.
Yes. Because remember, she looked at us crazy when we were like, listen, you coming with us. This is our thing. You coming with us. You going to do it how we do it.
Right.
We not spending a gazillion dollars on drinks. Okay? We pop in the trunk. You going to walk it off and you going to carry your cup. And that's
Right.
how we
By the
do it.
time you done, you're gonna be ready. We gonna
Right.
be back at the
We done
car.
looped around. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We
Exactly.
don't looped around. Like, we got this down to a science. Okay?
Right. We park here for a reason.
Right. Right, exactly. We know what we're doing. And that was a good time because we were lit,
Yeah.
and drunk Nikki is always a good time.
Yeah. For sure.
Yes. And then this one, it's always a toss up for me. But definitely I think just because of how I felt for you as my friend was that one where South Beach or Miami Beach Pride, where we ended up
Hmm.
getting the ill spot. We had like a
Oh,
good day. We was out there and we was getting checked out and we was checking some things out.
yes.
And then next thing you know, we got the ill spot at was it Wet Willie's?
Yeah, but Willie's
Yes. No, no,
the spot.
no. Was it Wet Willie's or Fat Tuesday?
Yeah. Nah, it was about Willie's because we
Oh,
were outside.
oh yes, yes, yes. I just
Yeah.
remember the frozen drinks. They all the same
Yeah.
to me. Yo. And then your peoples pulled up and we was flossing on them.
What?
Yo, that
Yo, and
definitely.
I could not stop laughing, bro. That's what made it worse because I had ate one of those gummies that I made,
Oh
and then
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So the
Speaking of
edibles and the smoking.
speaking of the edibles, though, that's why this one is a close, like an honorable mention for me as far as my
Yeah.
favorite prize, which is the Sweet Heat one we went to on the brownies that I made.
Oh yeah.
that I came home was still lit
Yeah.
and watched the
Super
Jay-Z
lit.
concert shit like I was at the damn concert.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yes, definitely. That's why I love Pride, yo. That's definitely why I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Pride.
That's definitely gonna be missed this year. But that one was classic. I've totally forgot about that.
Hmm.
She pulled up and then her homegirls pulled up and they was like,
Yes.
yo, is so and so, like, let's go say what's up to them. And she was trying to like not look.
Act like she couldn't see it, but they
Yeah,
got
but you
stuck
could have
right next to us in
right
the
in front
line.
of us, yo.
And we
Like,
there with like the
you know
best
you
table.
see us.
Hey, we got like the best table, yo, for people watching,
Yo.
getting food, like all of that. And we just kept ordering shit just to keep sitting there,
Yeah,
like
just to stay there, like, I know you wanna sit with us.
for real.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. Yeah, yo, that one, I love that one for you and for me as your friend sitting there, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you see us right now. We out here, and that's when we have been working out too. So you already
Yeah,
know.
so we were
Yes,
getting our sexy on.
that's right. So yeah, bro, that definitely goes down.
Yeah.
And I mean, Orlando Pride last year with Nikki was good. Hopefully we'll get to do it this year. It's not till October, so there's still hope that we can make a Pride. Even though last year everybody kept saying it was like the biggest one that Orlando had ever done, but it was nice
Okay.
and it was cool. Like that parade was long. We were like, damn, they still doing the parade. But yeah, it was cool. You know, it's like the same thing. It's the same thing at every Pride pretty much, but it's just nice to be around.
Vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just nice to be around, your people.
Mhm.
You feel me? Yeah. That's why pride usually means a lot to me. Like I don't know, like June is feels like a Christmas. It's like gay Christmas.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, pride always to me, it was like people who were celebrating who I am, with people who are like how I am, so that
Mhm.
not don't feel so like a weirdo, like people would make you feel coming up as a kid.
Yeah.
And it definitely was always just like a safe space and just love being around a bunch of gay motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pride is like, I don't know, it's just where I feel like I can be myself and not be judged and see just people being themselves and being happy without, having to worry about what these people are going to say or do or if they're going to comment, and it's dope to see the people that aren't in the community that just support, like the allies come out and I just, I don't know, it's just a vibe, it's a vibe. It's almost unexplainable until you're
Yeah.
actually there. Like last year, was my best friend's first pride and she's not, she's an ally and
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Oh, I love it. Like y'all know how to have fun. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like yeah, because everybody's just happy that it's a safe space, like you said, for everyone. So
Yeah, like you're not feeling like ostracized or something like that. Like it's
yeah,
very inclusive, you know what I'm saying? Of
mm-hmm.
all kinds of people.
Exactly. So
You know what
even
I'm
if you're
saying?
not in the life, we still include you, which is a
Right.
great representation of how life should be in general.
And at least, I mean, I don't know. I've been to segregated prides too. Like Atlanta Black Pride is usually the pride
Yeah.
that I go to. But the bigger prides like Beach Pride isn't segregated like that, and Orlando Pride isn't segregated like that. So
Mm.
it was even cute last year to see that the little town of Kissimmee, which is fairly close to me, had their own little pride, and
Okay.
it was cute. You know what I'm saying? Like it was small in comparison to other ones that I've been to, but it was definitely cute and like they're trying. So it was a good vibe, and we went out there and got drunk at the little spot because when I tell you that they gave us drinks and the way they poured that liquor in them cups, and when they said how much the liquor was, I was like,
What?
"What exactly?" I mean, I know this is a podcast, so you can't see the face I just made, but I was like, "I'm gonna need about 2, 3 more of those if that's how much we talking." But yeah, those things were strong though. So, but yeah, it's cool. I just love pride and the swag that you get from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes it's really good, but how many pens with the rainbow flag on it can one person actually
Right.
get, right? That sound means it's time for the segment we like to call Too Many Peas in the Pod. This is the part of the show where we like to answer a few questions we either receive from our listeners or come across on the internets. This week we've got another interesting internet question. And the question is, I
Question.
feel like the only thing keeping me and my girl together is time. We've been together for a long time, but I don't know how. Oh, sorry, but I don't know. It just feels like the spark is gone or something's missing. I just don't know what to do. I don't want to keep trying for it to still fall apart. What should I do?
Let me
Uh,
think.
I mean, you if you want to bring the spark back, you have to try to do something to bring the spark back. What's something that you used to do when you first started dating her that you stopped doing over time? I mean, it's just a natural thing that we all get into our routines and let go some of the things that we used to do in the beginning. Like, I know it's rough right now because we're in COVID and there's protests and things like that. And it feels maybe weird to be trying to do something like that during these times, especially with all these emotions. But maybe now is even a perfect time. Like, turn off the news, turn off the social media, do a little picnic in the living room. You know, like, you can even make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I mean, I don't know what your cooking level is, but
You could do
like,
something. Just
right, you could
it's
do
the thought
something.
that counts, right?
Right, exactly. You know, it's the execution. So, I mean, that's what I would do. Try to do something to bring the spark back. I mean, but that depends on how you feel. Like, are you ready to let it go, or is it something you want to work for? I mean, relationships are work, right? I mean, I think we
Yeah.
spoke about that in our last episode. You know, our radical love episodes. That, it's work. It takes effort, and you have to communicate. I don't know.
Yeah. You have
What
to
do
be
you say,
willing
me?
to I feel like you have to be willing to put in the work. Like relationships are work. It's not everything is not all, hunky dory, for lack of a better word.
Right.
But like you have to be willing to put in the work. And if you don't feel like putting in the work, then I think that you're not really into it. And then you should probably just let her know what's going on and let her know how you feel. But communication. Communicate. If you guys are on the same page and you want to get this spark back, there are things you can do. You got to get creative, and even if you can't get creative, get to Google and see what other people are doing.
Yes.
um yeah, but I think communication, talk talk to her about it, and yeah, and at least so that she knows what page you're on, right? You don't want to be on different pages. Maybe she thinks everything is good,
Mm,
so you have to communicate.
that's true. I didn't even think about that. That's true. Maybe she's all good, and you over here like strangling.
Right.
Uh, well, that was definitely an interesting one. Shouts out to our fellow podcasters in the Pod All the Time podcast network. And on that note, we're going to end the show here. Find us on IG and Twitter at Two Studs in a Pod. For a behind the scenes look at life beyond the pod, follow Meech on IG at the Homie Meech and on Twitter at Homie Meech. And myself at its.me.blaze on IG and it's me blaze2 on Twitter. You can always hit us up on our email with any questions or comments at twostudsinapod@gmail.com. That's TWO studsinapod at gmail.com. Two Studs in a Pod is streaming on major podcast platforms including Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Radio Public, and Overcast. Gratitude is always the attitude, so we want to say thank you for lending us your ear.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.